Picture this. Sarah, a busy mom juggling work, family, and a never-ending to-do list, is making her weekly trip to Walmart. She's on a mission to pick up everything she needs for a special dinner, shrimp scampi, her family's favorite. Navigating the bright aisles, she checks her list, grabs fresh lemons, garlic, and pasta, and finally heads to the frozen food section. She pauses in front of the seafood freezer, scanning the shelves for the right shrimp. Sarah reaches for a bag of great value frozen raw shrimp. It's affordable, easy to prepare, and always seems to deliver on taste. She's bought it many times before, trusting the brand to provide quality seafood for her family. The packaging promises freshness and safety, and she feels confident tossing it into her cart, knowing it will make dinner prep a breeze. Back at home, Sarah unpacks her groceries, sliding the shrimp into her freezer alongside other staples. She's already picturing the meal, sizzling shrimp in garlic butter, laughter around the dinner table, a moment of calm in her hectic week. The shrimp waits, ready to be transformed into something special. Like millions of families across the country, Sarah relies on her local grocery store to provide safe, high-quality food. For her, and for so many others, these stores are more than just places to shop. They're a lifeline, a source of comfort and trust in a busy world. Later that night, after the kids are in bed and the house is quiet, Sarah scrolls through her phone. Suddenly, a breaking news alert flashes across her screen. Walmart shrimp recall, potential health risk. Her heart skips a beat as she clicks the headline, anxiety rising. She rushes to her freezer, pulling out the bag of shrimp, her mind racing with questions. Is her family at risk? What does this recall mean? She checks the lot number, searching for answers, feeling a wave of uncertainty and concern. In an instant, her simple dinner plan is thrown into chaos. What was supposed to be a comforting meal is now tangled in a national recall, and Sarah isn't alone. Across the country, families are facing the same unsettling news, wondering if the food they trust is truly safe. This isn't just Sarah's story. It's the reality for countless families who depend on grocery stores and brands to keep their loved ones safe. The ripple effect of a recall touches everyone, from parents to children, from small towns to big cities. What most people don't realize is that a routine grocery run can unexpectedly intersect with a vast, complex global supply chain. From fishing boats and overseas factories to shipping containers and federal inspections, every step is supposed to ensure safety. But sometimes, something goes wrong, triggering investigations, lab tests, and even raising fears about words like radioactive. The discovery of this issue has pulled back the curtain on the immense, often invisible effort that goes into keeping our food safe. Behind every product on the shelf are teams of scientists, inspectors, and officials working tirelessly to protect public health. When something goes wrong, a network of protocols and emergency responses swings into action. What started as an ordinary meal can quickly become a national news story, with press conferences, investigations, and families everywhere searching for answers. So, how did this happen? What really went wrong with Sarah's shrimp? And what does it mean for the rest of us? Let's dig deeper and find out what happened behind the scenes of the Walmart shrimp recall. On August 20th, 2025, Walmart and the FDA announced a major recall, great value frozen raw shrimp. This wasn't about bacteria or allergens, it was about possible radioactive contamination. The substance, cesium-137, a radioactive isotope. The recall was a precaution after shipments from an international supplier tested positive. Only 3 specific lot codes, distributed in 13 states, were affected. The goal: get these products off shelves and out of homes fast. For shoppers like Sarah, checking a code on a bag suddenly became a critical step in protecting her family. The issue was caught thanks to strict safety systems at U.S. ports. Customs and Border Protection agents using radiation detectors flagged containers from Indonesian supplier BMS Foods. Cesium-137 was found in a shipment of frozen breaded shrimp. That contaminated batch was denied entry and never reached stores. But earlier shipments from the same supplier had already been distributed. Out of caution, the FDA and Walmart recalled those batches. The system worked. Potentially dangerous food was stopped, and at-risk products were pulled back. This is how food safety protocols are supposed to function. Cesium-137 isn't natural. It's a man-made radioactive byproduct from nuclear fission. It can enter the environment through nuclear accidents or weapons testing, then move up the food chain. In water, it's absorbed by algae, eaten by shrimp, and can accumulate in seafood. The danger? Cesium-137 emits ionizing radiation, which can damage DNA and increase cancer risk over time. But remember, we're exposed to low levels of background radiation every day. The FDA sets strict limits for radioactive contaminants in food. The shrimp recall is about making sure those limits aren't exceeded. Investigators are working to determine if any products went above safe levels. It's all about minimizing risk. When you hear the phrase radioactive shrimp, it's natural to feel alarmed. The idea conjures up images of glowing seafood and immediate danger. But what's the real risk behind the headlines? Let's break down the facts so you can make informed decisions for yourself and your family. The FDA recently detected trace amounts of cesium-137 in certain shrimp products. This radioactive element can sound frightening, but the levels found were actually well below the agency's intervention threshold. In other words, the shrimp did not pose an immediate health threat to consumers, according to the FDA's rigorous testing standards. The main concern with radioactive substances like cesium-137 isn't about eating a single shrimp cocktail. It's about the potential effects of long-term, repeated exposure to low levels of radiation. Over many years, even small amounts can slightly increase the risk of developing certain cancers. However, the risk from a single serving, or even a few, is considered extremely low by health experts. Food safety experts and scientists agree, the risk from eating the recalled shrimp is very low. In fact, you'd have to eat unusually large amounts of the affected shrimp consistently over a long period of time for it to have any measurable impact on your health. For most people, enjoying shrimp as part of a balanced diet is still considered safe. Occasional consumption, even of the recalled batches, is unlikely to cause harm. The real issue would be if someone ate contaminated shrimp every day for years, which is not typical for most consumers. The recall is a precautionary step, designed to protect public health before any real danger arises. It's not a sign that there's a widespread or immediate threat in the seafood supply. Instead, it shows that the system is working as intended, catching even the smallest potential risks early. If you have shrimp that's part of the recall, the best course of action is simple. Don't eat it. Check the product label against the recall list, and if it matches, dispose of it safely or return it to the store for a refund. If you're feeling anxious or have specific health concerns, don't hesitate to talk to your doctor. They can provide personalized advice and help put your mind at ease, especially if you have underlying health conditions or are worried about your family's safety. Remember, food safety systems are in place to catch even the smallest risks before they reach your table. That's why recalls happen, to keep you and your loved ones safe, even when the actual risk is very low. Wondering if your shrimp is part of the recall? Here's how to check. Only great value frozen raw shrimp from Walmart is affected. Look for these lot codes: 8005540, 1, 8005538, 1, and 8005539, 1, with a best by date of March 15, 2027. The recall covers 13 states in the South and Midwest. If your bag matches, it's part of the recall. If not, you're in the clear. Always double check, don't assume. If you find a match, follow the next steps to stay safe. If you discover that your shrimp has been recalled, it's important to act quickly and responsibly. First and foremost, do not eat the shrimp and don't serve it to anyone else, not even your pets. Recalled food products may pose health risks, even if they look and smell perfectly normal. It's always better to be safe than sorry when it comes to food safety. You have a couple of safe options. You can throw the shrimp away, but make sure to seal it in a plastic bag before tossing it in the trash. This helps prevent any accidental contact with people or animals. Alternatively, you can return the recalled shrimp to Walmart for a full refund, even if you don't have your receipt. Stores are prepared to handle these situations and will process your return quickly. If you've already eaten some of the recalled shrimp, try not to panic. The risk of serious illness is extremely low for most people, especially if you haven't experienced any symptoms. However, it's completely normal to feel worried or anxious in this situation. Food recalls can be unsettling, but remember that they are issued out of an abundance of caution to protect your health. If you have any health concerns or start to feel unwell after eating recalled shrimp, don't hesitate to contact your doctor or healthcare provider. They can answer your questions, provide guidance, and help you decide if any further action is needed. It's always better to check in with a professional if you're unsure. Use this experience as a reminder to check your freezer and pantry for other recalled items. Sometimes, we forget about products we've stored away, and it's easy to overlook a recall notice. Take a few minutes to look through your food supplies and make sure everything is safe to eat. To stay informed in the future, consider signing up for food recall alerts from trusted sources, such as government agencies or your local grocery store. You can also check official recall websites regularly to keep up to date on the latest information. Being aware of recalls as soon as they happen can help you act quickly and protect your household. Taking these steps not only keeps you safe, but also helps protect your family and friends. Being proactive about food safety is one of the best ways to ensure everyone in your home stays healthy. Teach your children to read food labels and understand what a recall means, so they can be part of the process too. For now, your main focus should be on removing the affected shrimp from your home as soon as possible. Double-check your freezer, refrigerator, and any coolers or storage areas where you might have kept the product. Discard or return all packages that match the recall notice. Once you've taken action, you can move forward with confidence, knowing you've done your part to keep your household safe. Food recalls can be stressful, but they're also an opportunity to learn and improve your food safety habits. Remember, food safety starts with you. By staying informed, acting quickly, and sharing what you know with others, you help create a safer environment for everyone. Stay vigilant and keep making healthy choices for yourself and your loved ones. Walmart responded quickly, blocking sales, pulling products, and offering refunds. They're working with the FDA and the supplier to investigate the source of contamination. The FDA put the Indonesian supplier on an import alert, banning their products until safety is proven. The investigation is ongoing, looking at everything from water sources to processing. This is a coordinated effort between retailer, regulators, and international partners. The goal: prevent future incidents and restore trust. When the system works, dangerous products are stopped before they cause harm. That's the safety net in action. This recall is a reminder. Being informed is your best defense. Check recalls.gov or sign up for alerts to stay updated. Don't panic. Get the facts: brand, lot code, expiration date. Practice good food safety at home. Wash hands, separate raw and cooked foods, cook thoroughly, refrigerate leftovers. These habits protect you every day, not just during recalls. The Walmart shrimp recall shows the system works. Agencies cooperate, companies act, and the public is informed. Stay alert, check your food, and handle it safely. You're an essential part of the food safety chain. Turn concern into action and keep your family safe. That's how we all win.